There are actually, maybe there are more types than that, but there are the waterfall segments, which are mutually exclusive segments. There are the regular segments, which are the one we are going to talk right now, because they're based on the data model, and there are a lot of gotchas there. For instance, the container path, the loopback window, a lot of things which we talk. And there are the dynamic segments, and the dynamic segments are a completely different animal from the regular segment, because it works completely differently. You can, from a flow, which is called a broadcast flow, you can pass arguments to that segment. For instance, let's say you are an airline company, and you want to send an email to tell every passenger from a specific flight that this specific flight will be delayed. Then you create a broadcast flow in which you send the flight number to the segment. Then the segment builds itself by dynamically querying every customer with that specific field having that specific value. Of course, that means that the flight number needs to be related to the unified individual. And then when you trigger the flow, the first thing, the dynamic segment will be computed dynamically and injected in the flow, and then you will be able to send an email. So the dynamic segment is something completely different from the regular segments, in which you can, they are dynamic. This is what is a bit tricky to explain, because they are dynamic in the sense that every time they run, you have a different number of unified individual inside it. But let's call them the regular segments, and broadcast flow and dynamic segments are completely different animals. As it pertains to credits, well, this is the exact same thing. It's a black box. And I wish I could give you some really deep insights of, okay, whenever you are 10,000 unified individual, then this will consume 300 credits. But this is simply not possible, because it depends on too many things. So here again, just the count is consuming credits, but identity resolution is really the thing you should have an eye on. Segmentation is, I don't know, Claudia, if you share the same feeling that I have, but I've never seen someone saying, oh my God, that segmentation has consumed a lot of credits. But I've seen this for identity resolution a lot.
Yeah, I would agree.
No, I'd say like even, I also find it's a black box, but I did once, for example, Brandon as well. I don't know whether you share that, but with account engagement customers, right? I feel like generally speaking, they do have smaller databases in the B2B land than in the B2C world. So like, and I once, went through, like, Salesforce has this one data cloud calculator online, where I went with one of my colleagues, because I was also not an expert in how to put the numbers in, how to read it all, because what I wanted to understand if like an average B2B account engagement customer, maybe with a database of, let's say, 60,000 or so, how far they could get, with enabling foundations, how you get like a bunch of credits with foundations. And what we learned at the time, I felt like they actually it takes them pretty good, like in a pretty good direction, like with the credits available with foundations on that data size.